I'm on my way right now to another geo event in Calgary. You know, I'm pretty certain there's a geocachers league of BC or something like that. I don't know if it's called the Geocachers League, but something like that, and maybe they have a branch in Powell River. You should check and see. You know, our manhole covers have our skyline printed right on them. Did the Powell River ones have that? They paint the utility boxes here too. I think it's to discourage graffiti. So I just came back from the Geo event, or as my dad calls it, Nerd Fest. We had a great time. I met some of the people that I had previously only known from their internet names. Dropped off my travel bugs from California. Got a new travel bug that wants to go to Sacramento, so I'm going to bring it back to San Francisco in the fall. This is so nice. This is on my walk back. This is the reservoir. And actually that beach right there and the tip of the beach, like right here, you can get down there. If you go around this fence, there's a way you can get around it and you can get down to the beach. There's also a partly illegal way you can get down, which I'll show you. This is the Glenmore Reservoir, and that's the beach you can get to. When Mary and I were little, we would always come here and we would play on this thing. There's kind of a puddle of water in front of it right now because it's been raining. But we used to only be able to climb up to that one. And then as we got bigger, we got so that we could climb up onto that one, which is bigger. And when you climb right up on top of it, I like to stand right at the point, right here, and pretend that I'm a figurehead on a ship. Some kids were brave and they jumped from the top to the top to the top, like from here to there to there. But I was always a wuss and I would only jump from the bottom to the bottom. Just off the path there's some bushes and there's a little grove in here. And when Mary and I were little, we would go in here and like make a fort. And we'd pretend that it was a fort and a secret hideout. And when I was coming the other way today, I saw two other kids in here and they must have been pretending it was a fort too. So I was really glad to see that kids still do that. I saw this car that had a New York license plate and I got all excited, thinking that somebody had driven all the way to Alberta from New York. And then I went around to the back of the car and saw that he just has an ordinary Alberta license plate like everybody else. So he must have just bought that New York license plate and stuck it on the front because he thought it was cool. So that was kind of disappointing. This is my backyard. I know it's not that impressive compared to yours, but we have a tree here that's really tall and we've been growing it from a little shrub, which I think is kind of cool. That's the neighbor's tree, it's not ours, but it's still pretty. For some reason we have two back gates. We have that one and then we have this one. I don't know why we have that. Warning, loading or unloading of children in parking lot prohibited. I just went to a chamber music reading session at my colleague's house in Silver Springs. This is Silver Springs. That's a typical Silver Springs house. My grandparents also live in this neighborhood, so I sort of know it fairly well. Anyway, I'm on my way back now and I'm gonna get some caches hopefully on the way, so I'll show them to you. I forgot to say that at the chamber music reading session, Diana had a couple pieces that were for two violins and piano, and they were both actually pretty good, interesting pieces, and not that hard. So I was thinking maybe we should find a pianist and we should like learn those pieces and play them in recitals. I think it'd be really fun. So I'm in this little tiny forest right here. This is an artificial forest that the people planted when they figured they needed more trees because oxygen, you know, and stuff like that. So there's the cache. It's so funny, I keep passing by all these pubs and bars and stuff, and it's like I could actually go in there now if I wanted. It's so weird to think of. The day is so clear that you can see all the way to Canada Olympic Park. Those ski jumps there, that's COP. I think this is funny. Here's another one. Not sure what that is. Okay, so I just found this cache, but when I found it, it wasn't placed properly, so I've replaced it properly so that I can show you how it was hidden. Here I am in the woods. I stuck my book in a tree so I wouldn't have to carry it. There's some nice fields beyond. And right at the base of this particular tree is a little piece of bark, and you take the bark and it's a film canister, and it was in that hole. I never knew this garden was here, which just goes to show what geocaching will do for you as an explorer. I had no idea. And look, there's even a right there that says edible fruit. What?